As we talk about burning issues ranging from politics to the economy, culture to sport, education to entertainment, corruption to the environment, we realize the Sierra Leone story is far from finished. So, SGM Media Production brings you Zoom In. Zooming In is the program that engages everyday people, entrepreneurs, inventors, entertainers, activists, policymakers, and politicians to discuss and debate issues relating to Sierra Leone. Zooming In digs deep into the issues and stories. Zooming In ensures the debate is pushed to another level. Zooming In asks those questions that has never been asked before. So, join me with host Chuma Bang. Welcome to another edition of Zooming In, a program that cuts across our community, talking to different members and from all walks of life about issues and things that relates to Sierra Leone and the Sierra Leonean community. Today, I have a special guest, someone who's a young man, well known in our community, either for his community work, either for his role in entertainment, or as a politician. So we'll be talking to our guest about his personal life, his political life, and his role in our community here in the United Kingdom or in our community in Sierra Leone. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. So you're here today in our program Zooming In, and we'll be asking you so many questions. Some good questions, some very uncomfortable questions, because we would like our viewers to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Indeed.
Okay? So I will not introduce your name. I'll give you the honor to do that yourself. Tell us your name, your nicknames, and all the monikers that you have out there. Thank
you very much. I appreciate the opportunity you've given me to be in this interview. My name is Abdulai Kamara, or they commonly call me Superdul, but my political name is Owan Kasu.
Wow. So, Superdul, Owan Kasu, tell me, what's the meaning of those two names, or who decided to name you Superdul and who decided to name you Owan Kasu?
Well, basically, during school days when I was in Sierra Leone, I play football. I get involved into activities like gymming, going into arm wrestling competitions and stuff like that. So that is where I developed the name Superdul. Because I'm Abdul, so they call it short to Dul. But because I was going into arm wrestling competitions and other sporting activities, so I developed the likeness of my fans.
Wow.
And they refer to me as
that's strange. Superdul, you look so gentle, and so I cannot see the relation with Superdul and arm wrestling competition or weightlifting. How can you explain that?
Well, basically, during school days, during the late 80s into 90s, at the time Sierra Leone, the young boys in Sierra Leone, the only real activities after football is karate and weightlifting. So I was basically involved into weightlifting and karate because I had no more intention to play football. I lost interest into football, so I came into weightlifting and arm wrestling competition was my best sport.
So we should not take you for granted then.
No, I'm a very strong man physically.
Are you a black belt holder?
I am not a black belt holder, but I was trained by a black belt holder.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the other name, Owan Kasu.
Owan Kasu.
I love that name.
Thank you very much.
And what does it mean?
Owan Kasu basically it's from the Timni dialect, Timni tribe, and it basically means our child.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are everybody's child.
Yes.
You are the community's child.
Indeed.
Like we say in Africa, it takes a village.
Yes.
And that name, why did you use Owan Castle, or who decided to call you Owan Castle?
Well, basically, it comes from a real perspective, because I come from a region from the north of Sierra Leone, and I come from two chiefdoms, two politically influential chiefdoms in the country,
Okay.
and which is Banti Kamranka chiefdom,
Okay, that's in the...
Sanda,
And is that
and then Sanda Tindaran chiefdom.
Okay. What district is that?
This is the Bombali district.
Okay.
And I was born in Banti Kamranka chiefdom,
Okay.
and Sanda Tindaran was where my mom come from,
Okay.
and my dad come from Banti Kamranka chiefdom.
Okay.
So I'm a product of both chiefdom, the Timnis of the Banti Kamranka chiefdom and the Timni Fullers of the Sanda Tindaran chiefdom.
Okay. And you mentioned something.
Yes.
Two politically
Influential.
influential
Chiefdoms.
chiefdoms
Yes.
in Sierra Leone.
Yes. I mentioned that because when you cannot write the history of politics in Sierra Leone without mentioning names like Temu Bangura,
Okay.
Abdulai Timbo, and the Ajibu Jalos and stuff like that. I am a product of those people, and the chiefdom where they come from, that's where I was born.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you a politician yourself?
I am a politician, I would say yes.
A politician?
Yes.
How does that come about?
That come about since in my teens, when I was in Sierra Leone. I was following the political trend back in the 1980s and the 90s, early 90s. As a young boy then, my mother by default was supporting Abdulai Timbo, Justice Abdulai Timbo, and then my dad by default was supporting Temu Bangura.
Ah.
So I was caught in the middle. When my mom is crying, my dad is jubilating. That
Vice
is when
versa.
Temu Bangura wins
Okay.
the elections. So basically, I was caught in the middle. That's where I developed my interest in politics.
Okay.
So there was a particular event that took place that actually inspired me that when I grow up, I would like to be in a position where when I make a decision, it should be for the benefit of all.
Okay, and what was that incident?
Well, I went for holidays in Sanda. At the time, it was my mom's chiefdom in Sanda, which is Sanda Tindaran. And where I stayed at the time was very, very close to where Temu Bangura lived. The next village was just a bridge that divides us.
Okay.
So at the time there was serious political tension between the two tribes. When it comes to politics, make no mistake, the two tribes go head on.
What tribes are these?
The Timnis
Okay.
and the Fullers.
Okay.
So we were in the house at night, and then some few, I should say, dogs came around and start smashing the windows, taking stuff that we brought from Freetown for the holidays. So the effect of it, my grandma was dragged out of her bed and thrown outside, and a lot of things happened which I would not want to explain. But the effect of it, when we woke up, when we finally saw daylight, we thought, yes, now let us see how we can go to these leaders on the other side and talk to them, explain to them what had happened overnight. So we went there, and some of the young boys at age group decided to try to throw tantrums and attack us verbally. So one of Temu Bangura's son decided to go into our defense.
Okay.
That if you venture with these guys I would, you know, personally, I would take it personally with you because they are my brothers.
So that incident
Yes.
changed your
So
life.
I thought if politicians would do things like this to make divisions and cause atrocities such as these kind of things, of course, the whole country knows what happened in Sierra Leone, in Sanda at the time, the 82 and the 86 elections.
Yeah, I just wanted to come to that because
Yes.
you said, you know, you are from, you know, two influential political chiefdoms in Sierra Leone,
Yeah.
which might be true. But a lot of people today who believe that politics, you know, is influenced by violence or politics preach violence will say, come on, the Timu Bangura and the Alpha Timbo, is it Abdulai
Abdulai Timbo.
Abdulai Timbo's issue in Sanda, you know, was, you know, one of the incidents that, you know, it becomes a turn-off for people who wants to go into politics because of the violence, the killings, the atrocities that were caused during that time. So why should you be proud to talk about those particular chiefdoms as well?
Well, particularly because I am caught in the middle.
Okay.
I am a product of Sanda.
Okay.
And if the leaders, our fathers, decided to fight, we, the children, should not fight.
So do you believe that politics should not be about violence?
Not at all.
Would you practice, would you use violence to intimidate your opponents when it comes to
Not
politics?
at all. Not at all.
Okay, all right. We'll come back to the political thing, but let's go back to how Abdulai Kamara, right?
Yes.
Supadul, Owan Kasu, how you started. If you're just joining us, you're watching our program Zooming In. Zooming In is a program that talks to members of our community, either on the political landscape or in every aspect of our lives, to talk about issues. We're going to dig deep into issues that affect our community, that affect Sierra Leone, both at home and abroad. So, Mr. Supadul Owan Kasu, what was your life before politics?
Basically, I was a student.
Okay.
I attended in Freetown the Ahmadiyya Muslim Secondary School.
Okay.
I did my O and my A levels there. So I traveled to the UK just after that. And when I came to the UK, I got myself into studying, developing myself. From the background of what's been going on in my country politically, I left the country at the time when the war was actually going on.
Okay.
So with that background, I thought the only way I can give back to my country was to come to the Western world, see what it's all about, develop myself and go back to my country and see what kind of contributions I can make to my own country. And obviously, Sanda is very, like I said, politically wasn't very stable during the elections when I was there as a young man. So that's influenced me to be enthusiastic in the manner that I was when I was coming here, and I was really intending to come and develop myself politically to go back and...
So your intention coming here to the United Kingdom was to study,
yes,
then go back
yeah,
and contribute to Sierra Leone and help your people, particularly the people from Sanda and the other chiefdom, correct?
yes, yeah.
Okay, and you said you studied. What did you study?
I studied international politics
Okay.
for my first degree,
Okay.
and I went on to study diplomacy and international law as my master's degree.
Okay. So
I did also some other management trainings and other different short trainings and courses
Wow.
to prepare myself well for my return to Sierra Leone.
Right. But that's so strange. It's good that you're saying that today. I know our viewers, most people, when they hear Supadul, they think about something else.
Oh, yes.
But now it's good to know that Supadul is a politician. Supadul cares about Sanda. Supadul, you know, he's a graduate and has a master's degree as well.
Indeed.
That's great.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the thing that people know you all about. Superdul, the entertainer?
Indeed, when I came to the UK, obviously when I was in my teens in Freetown, I was involved into a lot of activities, not only football and going for activities like arm wrestling competitions and stuff like that. I was also interested in music, dancing and playing music and stuff like that. So when I came to the UK, I got one of the best musical system that one could have at the time in the UK, and I was playing music for the Sierra Leonean and the West Indian community, particularly like the black community, I should say, in the UK. So when it comes to weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, you know, you name it, I'm always there. I'm on the limelight in terms of entertaining my community.
So was it just a hobby? Was it just a way of making money, or what was it for you?
It's an hobby to some extent, but then I see it as a way to reach out to the community. When you see people coming together, dancing and being happy, it gives me a sense of satisfaction. We are Sierra Leoneans, we've left our country, we've come to the Western world, to the UK, and you know, we organize gatherings. I became a member of many organizations that brings about, you know, something that will be beneficial for not only for our kids in this country, but also for my country.
Right. Because I know the diaspora population is powerful because they do a lot of fundraising to help communities and all that, and obviously when they do their fundraising, I'm sure they call you to play.
Oh yes.
So do you still play music?
I stopped playing music when I went to Sierra Leone to contest.
Okay.
I went there with my sound system. I played few occasions for the NOAS group, the students, the National Union for APC students.
Okay.
I played for them. I played for a few of the members of NOAS as well. I played for the Kamara Foundation. I played for the Youth League, you know, and different individuals, you know, in the community. You know, anybody that wants to a sound system, I would donate my sound system to them. I would pledge it to them, to their service, and then, you know, the system will play. Sometimes I have lots of DJs that come around, so I'll just leave them to carry on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So during your days as a DJ, how many other DJs did you train?
I inspired a lot of DJs.
Okay.
I should put it that way.
Right.
We train each other. We train ourselves. Okay. But when you're playing, you're seeing some of these young boys dancing to your music. They got inspired, and today most of them are the top DJs in the country.
Right, I've heard so much about you being one of the best DJs within the Sierra Leonean community.
Indeed.
So if I may ask you, and a lot of our viewers will be wondering, you know, why not continue in the entertainment trend? Why choose politics?
There are different ways of being in entertainment. Not only as a DJ. I am good at presenting. I'm also good at being part of an organization that entertains the community.
Okay.
Yes. I'm a coach, a team manager and a coach that helps the community, the young generation comes up in sporting activities and other stuff like that. So it's all part of entertainment and supporting the community. Yeah, because if you concentrate only on music, it's only one aspect of it.
Right.
But I'm thinking of the wider perspective of my community. So I got involved into so many activities in terms of entertainment, in terms of sporting activities, and youth work, you know, bringing youth together every weekend, put them together and, you know, get into activities that will keep them abreast with what is happening not only in their communities and this country, but also in Sierra Leone.
Right. So, thank you so much for that. And you mentioned during, you know, this interview that you went to contest and you played for the NOAS, which is the APC Students' Union wing, right?
Yeah.
So are you an APC member or an independent or SLP? You are a member of APC.
Yes.
You are APC
APC.
through and through.
Through and through.
And you said you went to contest. What did you what was it for?
I contested for the parliamentarian symbol
Okay.
in the 2012 elections.
Okay. For
During
what
the primaries.
constituency?
For constituency 33 at the time.
Which constituency is that?
That is 33 as Banti Kamranka Chiefdom,
Uh-huh.
the whole of it,
Okay.
which comprises of 17 sections.
Okay.
And the Sanda Tindaring Chiefdom,
Uh-huh.
which comprises of 10 sections.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the Sanda Local section, which comprises of 3 sections put together, that makes that constituency 33.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it? Did you get the symbol?
I wasn't granted the symbol. I wasn't given the symbol
Okay.
simply because we had someone there who is a senior comrade
Uh-huh.
in the party who had just completed 2 years
Okay.
from a by-election.
Okay.
So,
So he was an incumbent.
that was the incumbent for
Okay.
that constituency, but he only served for 2 years. So the party wanted to give him the opportunity to serve for a full term
Okay.
of office.
Okay.
So as a younger comrade, the party thought it would be in the best interest of the party to allow the incumbent to serve
But
for...
that must have been
Full-time.
disappointing.
It was disappointing from my side as well as the side of the constituents, because when I came to contest for the symbol, I was embraced with both arms. I was like the catalyst
So you
between
became the real Owen Castle.
Owen Kasu, exactly, because I was like the catalyst between the Timney and the Fullers to bring together the unity that they've been yearning for decades. And that was the right time that I went there. But at the end of the day, the party had to make a decision which went against me.
Well, some people will say that you didn't do your homework. That's why you lost to the incumbent.
Well, basically, from the very first day when I went to Sierra Leone and declared my intention to contest for that position, for that symbol, I was received, like I said, with both arms. And I went to the length and breadth of that constituency, and the overwhelming support that I got from the people, it's unimaginable. The people could not, they could not believe that, yes, their real son has arrived to serve them. Some areas that I went to, the people, that was the first time they've actually seen somebody who's intending to become an MP or even the face of an MP.
Wow, that's tough. Let me just cut you right there, because that's another criticism we hear so many a time in Sierra Leone, that people go to the community, talk to people when they need their votes, bribe them, give them money and other things. Once they win, they go into office, they will not see them again until the next 5 years when it's time to campaign. What's your take on that?
Well, basically, the MPs have a responsibility to go to their constituents to see them on a weekly basis. They have, obviously, their parliamentary commitments, but it's not for the whole week, except if otherwise.
Well, that's unrealistic because they don't live in their communities. They're all based in Freetown, and your constituency 33 is way off of Bombale, right?
Yes.
So how realistic is it to go there every week?
To be fair with them, they have to be in Freetown on a weekly basis.
Right.
And every weekend, some of them do go back to their constituents to see their constituents and gel with them. But some of these constituencies are quite massive.
Right.
So it is difficult for, after having a week long of hectic responsibilities, and when you go to the constituencies to see your constituents and you have to go round for everyone to see you, it's practically impossible. However, I would not say that some of them do relax after they've had a long week of hectic work and they want to just relax. So some of them do stay in Freetown and, you know, just chill. And sometimes it goes back against them.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So your people were happy that you went there, and they were disappointed that you didn't get the, you know, symbol. Somebody else. Did you campaign for the person that won against you?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. This is the tenacity of the party that I represent, APC, because it's the party that comes first.
Right.
Yes, nobody's bigger than APC, even the president, they say.
You talk like a politician.
Oh yes.
I've never heard you talk politics before.
Oh, yes.
We talk about entertainment and other things.
Exactly.
But you sitting here, you talking like a politician.
Exactly.
The party
Yeah.
is bigger than...
Because I studied politics.
Wow.
Yes, I studied politics, and I'm a politician through and through.
Wow.
You see.
So you say the party is bigger than the president and every member.
Every member of that party.
has to.
Yes.
So, you went, you were disappointed. Now you're back in the UK, you know. So, what next?
Well, basically, like I said, that when I went to Sierra Leone, I was serving the party, supporting the party. When I lost the symbol, I jumped on the campaign trail to go along with the MP and other MPs around that region as well. You know, to follow them, to campaign for them, because we had few of our members from the UK who went to Sierra Leone with us to campaign. Some of them did got the symbol.
Okay.
So I was all over the place campaigning for them so they could also get, you know, symbol. For those in my constituency who were very, very disappointed, we had to go, the party had to take me with them to go and reconcile with them, to talk to them that, look, the party is bigger than everyone. The party has made a decision to give the symbol to the incumbents, and now all we have to do is to support the party to win. When the party wins, then the benefits will be for all of us. And we are seeing the benefits as of.
So, but you studied politics, yeah?
Yeah.
What's your take on, you know, Sierra Leone implementing the primary system, wherein the people in their community, the voters who will be voting in national elections, to decide who their candidates will be for their community, rather than the party issuing symbol to someone whom they think, you know, okay, well, like you mentioned, the sentiments there that this person has served for 2 years, but maybe the electorates were not happy that the 2 years this person did anything, you know, of substance to change the lives in their communities. So what would you say, because you studied politics? I would say maybe you know better off than maybe some other system that the party can introduce, like primaries within their community, like they do in America.
Well, we have a constitution in the party,
Okay.
because we're looking at it from a party perspective.
Okay.
Right. Now, our party constitution says election. Where election is not possible, we go by selection, by consultation. We do selection by consultations.
Okay.
So it is a way of making sure that everyone is happy.
Don't you think that is contradictory, election and selection? You
No.
can have one, not the other. You can't have both.
We are pragmatic.
Okay.
We do not go with the mindset
Okay.
that we're going to do this and this only.
Okay.
Because our societies, our communities, we have very influential people. When you don't keep them, when they're not happy, they have the tendency to damage your flow. So basically, instead of excluding those people by election, sometimes we include them because the party has an ideology of inclusion. Bring them in, negotiate with them, consult with them, and then all of you make the decision together.
Yeah,
That
but-
is selection by consultation.
But that counts against someone like yourself, who is loved by their community, you
Yes.
understand, who's been embraced by them, and a hope for that community to bring unity.
Mhm.
And you've spent so much money campaigning, doing things, and then they decided to select one person against you, and you're still sitting here calmly defending this. I don't understand how our viewers will take this.
Basically, we have the party that comes first. To be a member of the party, you have to agree to those terms.
So the rules and regulations.
Yes. So it's either elections or selections. So basically, the people in the communities were obviously devastated, as well as myself. I was devastated when the decision come around against me. They did formulate an election which seemed like a primary election, like a free and fair election, but obviously the cards have already been tossed on put on the table for the person that was going to be given the thing.
Right.
But I took it on philosophically and said, you know what, this is the decision of the people, the elders in the party. At the end of the day, we have people who are wiser than us, that see further than us. So we listen to them, to their advice, and then we toe the line with them until we get the opportunity to be in the position where we want to be, and then we can put things straight.
Oh, and Castle, let me ask you, is there an APC school that one needs to go through first and qualify before? Because the way you're talking, it's like someone who's been schooled, that, memorized all the lines to defend the APC and justify the decision. Do we have to go through an APC school?
Well, I was blessed to meet the young generations of APC.
Okay.
Make no mistake, they are the brains of APC.
Okay.
The elders in the party, they are the wise men of the party.
Okay.
The Youth League, make no mistake, they are gifted with knowledge of politics. So if you want to be a good politician in Sierra Leone, go to the party office and surrender yourself to the Youth League.
Okay.
And they will groom you and make you a proper politician for Sierra Leone.
Okay, well, let's just take a quick break. I'll come back to you. We'll continue with the interview. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Owen Castle.
Thank you.
I started by saying, I mentioned that I know you spent a lot of money. How much money did you spend in your last elections?
I would be making a mistake if I tell you the figure that I spent.
Okay, so give me a range.
Basically, I spent 18 years in this country before I went to Sierra Leone finally.
Okay.
Right. All my savings put together, 18 years of my savings, was invested in Sierra Leone.
Give me a range.
Not only that,
yeah.
I have my wife who was very supportive to me, who contributed thousands of pounds. I have my sisters here, my families, my brothers, and not only in the UK, in Europe and America. They all received they were all consulted before I traveled to Sierra Leone, finally to contest, and I got the support of the entire family. So when I was there, I got support from them financially as well as morally.
Okay.
So if I should put money together, I would be making a huge mistake. Put it like this: 18 years of
your savings,
of my savings, went to Sierra Leone, and the support of the families from the UK, from Europe and America put together.
So,
because I had a foundation called the Super Dole Foundation,
okay,
which I established back in 2007. I started sending containers of goods to Sierra Leone, hospital goods, crutches, wheelchairs, you name it.
To help.
Beds, yes, to support the health centers. Starting from Freetown, there's an organization called SLUDI,
okay,
a disabled organization. They benefited from me, from my donations, and they took me to their stations around the country to Waterloo, to Koso Town in Jue. They took me to Bow Town. They took me to McKinney. They benefited from my donations. All those disabled units around the country.
Right.
And even that I collaborated with other organizations like the Kamara Taylor Foundation and other foundations around the country that are there to support people. And where there's disabled people, there's disabled units, my goods were there to support them, to give them.
People will ask, to say, you took 18 years of savings and your wife and family members supported you financially to go run for a political office and you did not win, okay? In hindsight, do you want to say you have regrets to say maybe you should have used that savings for your kids, for their education, to build a better life for your kids and family?
In hindsight, if you ask me that question, I would say no. The answer would be no.
Okay.
Because I had the support of a very strong woman behind me who believed in me in everything I do. And for the fact that when I went to Sierra Leone with these goods, I actually handed them to the people that actually deserve it. So that gives me a lot of satisfaction within.
So you didn't think that you lost at all?
No, it's not a loss. I actually handed it to the people that actually deserved it. People, we were taken to the radio station, made an announcement that anybody in Bombali that has a problem with their crutches should come forward. And you should see when we went to the disabled unit in Mabente, thousands of crutches were left there for anyone in the Bombali district to come up to replace their crutches and some wheelchairs as well.
So, is it done for you in politics?
I'm a politician through and through.
Okay.
And I'm always going to be a politician.
Okay, so are you telling me you're going to contest again?
Yes, definitely.
For what position or what seat?
For the same position.
Okay.
For the parliamentary position in my chiefdom.
Okay, are you confident you're going to get it this time? What makes you so sure that you did not get it the last time? They will not come back to you? The APC, that the party is bigger than all, come back to you again this time to say, well, Super Dude, we appreciate all your effort, but this time, can you leave it for Mr. X to continue to do another 5-year term?
Well, basically, the incumbent at the time, before that primaries, it came to me a few times and told me, look, Owan Kasu, you are a fine politician. You are a gentleman. But leave this one for me, and then I'll support you for the next election. Because I'm an old man, I'm going, and you are a young man, you're coming up. You see, so I listened to him and I smiled. I told him, speak to the party hierarchies, and they will find you a position where they will send you. But the people of Sanda need me. They want me because I'm the true representation of Sanda. I'm the catalyst. I'm the Owan Kasu that they've been waiting for.
Right.
Make no mistake, when it comes to politics, the two main tribes goes head to head.
Right.
And it's not good for our communities, our chiefdom.
Right.
When it's not politics, when there's nothing to do with politics, they hug each other. They play with each other. But with my sporting activities, creating football competitions, village to village, chiefdom to chiefdom, coming together, playing football, embracing each other, that sense of unity was not there before I went there.
Wow. That's a big trust, because people say, not me, people say politicians should not be trusted because they don't keep to their words. And what makes you sure, makes you so sure that your colleague then will give way for you and support you? That's one. And secondly, why do you believe that there will not be other people coming up that the party will decide to say, oh, Owen Castle is a patient man, let's choose this person over him? What makes you have that conviction?
Well, firstly, to answer your first question, politicians, I don't expect a politician to promise me anything.
Okay.
When I went to Sanda to do my charity work under the Superdole Foundation, I did not promise anyone anything. I went to the communities, I asked them, what is the problem here? I gathered the women, put them together, gathered the young boys, put them together and asked them, what exactly is going wrong in your communities? When they tell me what the problem is, then if I think I can do something about it, I'll consult with my foundation, which is the Superdole Foundation, and we'll then make a decision. Whenever we go out there to do something for the communities, we take them by surprise. That is the one unique thing about my campaign.
Okay.
Yes. So, I don't expect a politician to come to me and promise me anything, So whoever promises then is not a good politician.
But you
because they will take the word against you.
But you still go in for that position.
I am going for it because at the end of the day, we have people who are very, very wise within the APC party. We are blessed with wise elders in the party. The secretariat, they are very wise.
How are you going to convince your family this time?
Well, that's a very, very good question.
That they should continue to support you.
Yes. When I lost the symbol, I had to stay there to make sure that the one that got the symbol wins that election by good percentage.
Okay.
Because that was very crucial for me. Because in the north, we want the party to win with overwhelming results. So I don't want the ones that are disgruntled to turn around and damage the party in the general election. So I had to stay there right through to the general election in 2012 till the end of 2013. Imagine I was there from 2010.
You're a very loyal politician and very loyal to the APC.
Oh yes, oh yes.
So like I said, how do you think you will convince your family to support you again?
My family believes in me.
Okay.
However, they were disappointed I didn't get it. They trusted that I wish to go back to contest because I'm a politician. There's no two ways about it. They have their skepticism about whether I'm going to get it or not. But I'm the one who is playing my cards. The party hierarchy, obviously, for the first attempt, probably they will think, can we trust him? Can he deliver? Is he the person that would not turn around and do something against the party if he's not happy with the party? Those sort of questions might be playing in their mind when I was there contesting.
Because that's my other question that I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
To say, if you don't get it this time, would you still be so committed to the APC? Would you still be a comrade, a loyal comrade, and be, preaching the gospel of the APC and selling the party the way you're selling it now?
Yeah, it's a game of chance. Politics, you throw your dice on the table.
Right.
And obviously you're going to face other contenders. There are new contenders who I expect to come forward. They have the rights to. Yes. But we are all going to put our cards on the table, and the party hierarchy obviously are going to make their assessment. And because we trust them, that they are wise and they will make the right decision. So I'm very confident that this time around, when I go there, I will be granted, I will be given the symbol.
Okay.
So that will mitigate the disappointment of the people. It will be the first time in the history of politics in Sanda when the Timni tribe and the Fuller tribe will join hands together, will embrace each other and jubilate for our country.
So you will be the bridge.
Indeed.
Not just the child, but the bridge.
The bridge to bring unity for the people of
community.
Sanda.
And that is very important because that's something we need.
We need
We are, progressing with the interview. Let's talk about few national issues.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a young man, one that has experienced so many things in Sierra Leone as well as here in the United Kingdom. We have a major problem in Sierra Leone, the issue of youth unemployment, and it's heart-rending. What's your take on that from a political point of view as well as from a humanitarian point of view?
Well, the issue about youth unemployment, it's a global phenomenon. It's not only in Sierra Leone. Our country, our government is doing their best to make sure that youth get employed. Our former youth minister, Almami Kamara, has done so well, and he has handed it over. Well, it has what should I say? The president has made a decision to choose somebody else, and the person of Bai Mahmoud, who is also a young, vibrant politician, who is ready to deliver. He served under Almami Kamara,
Right.
and now he is the Minister of Youth Affairs in the country.
Right.
And so far we've seen the trend of development that's taking place within the youth, the employment opportunities that they're getting.
But our viewers will disagree to say that we still have 70% unemployment rate, firstly, and secondly, there has been politicians before the two gentlemen that you mentioned that had never made any difference in that field. So people don't have faith in the system, not just the APC but SLPP.
No, there was lots of difference before the outbreak of the Ebola.
Okay.
Do not mistake, because the Ebola launched a devastating blow on our economy, from every aspect. So before the Ebola, youth were actually being employed. The statistics that you're talking about, 70% or whatever, I don't know where you got it from, but there were employment. Youth were employed. And obviously with the outbreak of the Ebola, a lot of things shut down. So the figure might have risen in terms of unemployment. But, with the circumstances that are there, I mean, you would see that the government is making effort to bring back the employment in terms of making boats or canoes to go in the sea to do fishing, and in the agricultural aspect of that. There's lots of employment in those areas, and youth are actually going there to get the job, to get themselves employed.
And what do you think about education and skills? Because one of the criticism that many people have, or people who are employers, companies that goes to Sierra Leone, says that Sierra Leoneans don't have the skills, so we prefer to go get Ghanaians, we prefer to go get Guineans to come and drive the trucks and the trailers and tractors, and we prefer to go to Ghana to get engineers or IT experts. And we have people who have graduated from university that are sitting there 4 or 5 years, no jobs.
Well, unfortunately, those companies that comes to Sierra Leone did not do that homework properly. Before the Ebola, the president, Dr. Anes Baikoroma, told us that the country needs 2,000 youth to be trained in the oil industry.
Okay.
And we need 5,000 Sierra Leoneans to be trained in the mining industry. And there was a university, a college that was built, brand new college that was built, to give scholarship to students so that they can gain those skills.
Okay.
These are young people. Looking at it from this point of view, the next 5 years, Sierra Leone will be producing probably 7,000 youth that will be going into the mining and the oil industry.
Who are skilled.
Who are skilled. You see, that was the agenda for change to the agenda for prosperity. But when Ebola struck, like I said, it caused a lot of problem. It derailed us from that progress. The economy of the country was in double figures before the outbreak of the Ebola. But it's no longer double figures. We were going on the right direction, but this is something that hit us that we did not see.
Okay.
You see, so the problem with youth unemployment is a phenomenon that happens even in stable democracies.
Okay.
The Western countries have youth unemployment in various aspects.
Okay.
There are students who are graduates who are sitting there looking for jobs. They're not doing the job that they're supposed to do. I am one of them.
Right.
I'm in the UK.
Right.
I have a master's degree, a combined master's degree in diplomacy and international law. And, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm doing something different from that.
Right. So, but then, you know, now there is no Ebola.
There is no Ebola.
So,
but the effect of Ebola obviously had a devastating effect. And we are recovering from it. This is the recovery stage that we are coming into.
People that have kids, that have families to support.
Yes.
That excuse will not hold for them to say, well, it was Ebola, that's why we didn't get a job, our kids cannot eat because that's why, you know, because of Ebola, because, you know.
We have a vibrant young lady who is the Minister of Social Welfare, who is actually putting things in place in terms of supporting not only the Ebola affected, but the women in the country, the young women, and of course the young men in the country. So these sort of things are, people have to be philosophical about it, have to accept the fate that we are facing at the moment, right? It's not about seeing somebody going there, taking something out from them. It's about empowering them, giving them the skills to go out there and look for something, opening up businesses and stuff like that. The finance ministry is supporting them in terms of loans and all these sort of things to open up small businesses so that they can at least, you know, get something for the families to feed on.
How is this, all these things that you're talking about, reaching out to your people in your constituency or your community?
What sort of things?
Like the plan for employment, do you think people from your community will benefit, the skills training, you know, education and all the other supports?
My people in the north, they are part of Sierra Leone.
Right.
So when the ministries, the ministers are formulating the agendas to support the agenda for prosperity, it's a national project.
Okay.
It goes everywhere around the country. And particularly, my region, the northern region, we are now discovering some rich stuff on the ground.
Okay, but do you think
there's mining going on, and there's also agriculture.
But do you think you know, more attention is paid to the north because the presidency is from the north?
Attention has been paid everywhere in the country. Attention has been paid everywhere in the country. At the moment, we have a road that is coming that's going to be tied from Makeni right through the north into Sanda, into Kamakwe, all the way to a place called Madina Fula.
Going towards Guinea.
To Guinea and connecting the two countries, Guinea and Mali and Sierra Leone.
Okay.
That is going to bring huge financial benefit for our country. And that's connecting the north.
And how about the southeast?
The southeast, obviously, the one in Kailaun, the highway that's leading to Liberia, it's all been tarred. So that brings financial benefits to the country.
Okay, thank you. Let's go back to politics. I want to ask about your, you know, things that has, you know, inspired you to go into politics. You are in the diaspora, you spent 18 years before you decided to go. And one of the criticisms out there from our viewers and many other people is just, to say that people from the diaspora are using politics as an escape route. Firstly, because they failed here, they have not succeeded in the West where they are. Firstly, that's why they're going into politics, just to become relevant. Secondly, they're going into politics to become rich.
Well, I've had those kind of rhetorics anyway, but I can only speak for myself. I left with an intention to come to this country to develop myself.
Okay.
And that is exactly what I did.
Right.
And my decision to leave this country, to go back to Sierra Leone and contribute to my community wasn't an easy decision. It was a very, very, very difficult decision. Even though I have a wife, a very supporting wife, who always supports me, but at the same time, it was a decision that was very, very difficult to take. So, the rhetoric about people going there to gain some political position so that they can, no, that doesn't make anyone a failure. If the person have the intention to go there to contribute to the country, it's born out of the love they have for their people. I left the country, I was already an adult when I left Sierra Leone.
Right.
So I'm privy to many of the political changes that has been taking place in the country and the atrocities that happened, then. So with that kind of experience with me, I was really, really focused to come here and get something that will benefit my people. So particularly for me, I would tell you, nothing has failed for me. I am comfortable in this country. I live here with my family. I have a good job. But I studied politics. The job I'm doing has no relation with politics. It's about developing youth, bringing them together, in education, in an educational setting. You see, even though it's a fine job, it's a fine position, the money is good, and my family, we are happy together here, but then I feel like I have a responsibility to my people. And that responsibility is the first thing that brought me into this country, and that is the responsibility that made me took the decision to study politics.
Okay. So just to go make that change,
I have to make the difference.
Okay.
I have to make the difference.
So, what's the other thing that people say? That most of the diaspora and that have gone back home to be in politics have failed the nation. They created more problems than actually existed. They became more corrupt than the corruption that existed. What's your take on that?
Well, I cannot speak for the diasporans.
Okay.
Some of them
I
are...
mean, that's the criticism from people back home, to say, all Canada, una come overseas, una thief pass all man stuff.
It would be wrong to generalize. There are people within the country who've never left the country before. There are equally as bad as anybody from the diaspora.
Okay.
So if you say the diasporans, you've made a blanket criticisms against very good people.
So how do you
And there are
explain-
diasporans also who are doing very well in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
They are making the difference.
Okay.
I am one of those diasporans.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Wow. Super dude. You are a politician indeed.
Ever super cool.
So ever super cool. I like that even better.
Yeah.
So tell me one more diaspora politician that you know that is doing great things as you are, that you'll be confident to boast about.
Professor Monty Jones
Ah.
in the agricultural sector
Okay.
is one of my
He's one of your icons.
icons. He is performing. I have not met him personally, but I've been following the politics in Sierra Leone, and I've been reading and following him. He is performing.
Well, that's good. I like that example, and I'll ask you a question. If you don't know the answer, then you don't feel comfortable. Don't answer. I know you don't make appointments, but people say that one of the problems we have people who are not fit for positions get appointed to those positions. And the argument on the other side, someone like Professor Monty Jones, who has background in agriculture, is being appointed to the Ministry of Agriculture. Within a short period of time, he's making a huge difference.
There are people whom are appointed not only for the fact that they are capable of delivering, they also have a political base. Those people, you have to strike the balance. You see, somebody might be educated and capable, but if he's not trusted, he will never perform.
Right.
You see, the one who is not very educated but can deliver, and some of them also have political base, they come from certain region where politically, if you support them, you give them that position, and you believe in them, you trust them, then obviously I would leave the one who I don't trust, even if he has degrees flying up the air.
That's good.
Yeah, I will appoint that person because I believe in that person that they will deliver.
Okay.
So that is politics.
Right. So now you're going into this race. You continue to aspire for the symbol.
Yeah.
For your community. President Kuma's time is almost up.
Yes.
Okay. Who do you think should replace him?
Well, we have a system in our party where, we have obviously people who are throwing the dice on the table that they're interested, they want to be flag bearers to represent the party for the next presidential election, which is fine. We have the people within the party who are capable. And so far, all the ones that have come up, the rumors, they are all capable of running a country without a problem, as long as they got the ticket from the APC party.
Okay.
But at the moment...
Are you confident APC is going to win the 2018 election?
Hands down. Hands down.
Right, so
I'm confident, hands down.
Okay.
So, but at the moment, we are, as a party, we are studying the situation. When the time comes for the convention, when they're going to choose who the flag bearer is, trust me, we have, like I said, we are blessed with wise people. The elders in the party, they have it up there. They've gone through a lot of experience in politics. By the time they come out of that convention and they present the leader for us, the whole country will accept that person, and that person will deliver for us.
So who do you personally support upon all
I don't have any candidates at the moment. I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at them at the moment, looking at the trend, how the thing is going. And particularly, I am a member of the executive, the substantive executive in the UK.
Oh, here in the UK.
I'm serving the APC even here in this country.
As what? As what?
As a deputy coordinator for the Greater London region.
Wow, so you must be powerful then. So whoever wants to be a flag bearer should be coming to your branch.
Well, all of them comes.
Okay.
They will eventually come and, relate with us.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to see them. We'd love to relate with them for the future, because whoever gets would need us at the diaspora to run around for them and to
That's your strategic placement as a branch.
Yes, UK is I should call it grade A for the diaspora. And what happens here sends a shockwave around the world, to the other branches and chapters in the world, in the diaspora. So we wait to see those who are the would-be flag bearers of APC. But at the moment, we have a president who is our leader, who is a president, and he's the one that we support, and we are loyal to him at the moment. Until that time comes, they will decide
who the flag bearer will be. Kuma is a good leader?
He is the best leader. From the time I was born in Sierra Leone, my experience in politics, Up to now, I've never seen a leader who is as good as President Nkrumah. He has delivered for me.
How?
There are certain structures, there are certain things I've seen in Sierra Leone when I was in Sierra Leone. I left that country, I spent 20 years, 18 years, I went back to Sierra Leone. I saw those things. I said to myself, oh my God, these things still here, are they still here? When Ernest Nkrumah became the president, those things disappeared. They developed. I'm telling you about certain potholes. I'm telling you about certain rocks. In my region, in Sanda, when I'm going to my hometown, a 30-mile journey takes me almost 2 hours. A 30-mile journey. Now, it takes me 45 minutes to get to my village.
I'm going to mix it here.
Yeah.
I know you're an entertainer. You don't play music for the public, but you play for chosen few now. What's your take on Emerson's latest music against the government of Sierra Leone? As an entertainer, musician, and all that.
Emerson is a very, very good musician. Emerson is an individual. He has his own perception. During the SLPP government, Emerson sang songs criticizing the government, criticizing politicians. That is how he finds his fans in the entertainment industry. If Emerson decides to sing about the government, criticizing the government today, that is how he finds his fans in the entertainment industry. There are fans everywhere. No matter how you sing, some musicians choose to abuse. You will find his fans. Some musicians choose to sing about love and stuff like that. There are fans that love the song because of that. So as Emerson, who decides to sing as a
activist.
Yes, a political activist or whatever he calls himself. But he finds his fans within. But at the moment, the government, our leader, Dr. Ernest Nkrumah, remains focused on the agenda for prosperity.
So, if you're playing in a party or an event, then I show up and I make special request to you, the DJ, to say I would like you to play Emerson's song for me. Would you play it?
I will play it.
Because you're a loyal APC. So.
No, I will play. It's a music.
Won't your colleagues see it as being betraying the party?
No, because they know me. They trust me as a loyal member of the party.
Okay.
I will play it because you make a request. If I have a popular request for certain music, yes, I'm a DJ, I'm there to entertain. I entertain them. If the fans were there are Emerson fans, I play Emerson tunes.
Okay, so you don't see anything wrong with that?
No, I'll laugh about it. Okay. I'll laugh about it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to seriousness, I know that the government is very serious about what they intend to do.
So let's joke about this, or maybe, are you a proud Munku?
I would not say that I'm a Munku. I would say that I'm a patriot. Okay. I'm a proud patriotic Sierra Leonean. Okay. So the things about Munku and all of these things, it's just a slang that goes around, and people tend to take up with it, relate with themselves with it. But I would not relate myself as a.
So you are Owan Kasu.
I am Owan Kasu. The patriots are the catalyst for
change.
Yes, of course.
But not a Munku. No. Okay, I'm happy. So. Thank you very much for sitting in our program today, and I'm sure viewers will definitely our viewers will be happy to watch your interview, and I'm sure we'll give them an opportunity to send us follow-up questions. And remember, if they ask us to call you back to scrutinize you more, we'll definitely do it.
I'll be more than happy to join you again.
So before we go, I want you to pitch to us. Imagine where the people of Sanda that you want to go again to ask for for another opportunity to represent them. What would you say to them?
I would say to them, my people,
talk to the camera.
The last time I came here, you received me with open arms. The campaign was overwhelming. I was happy to meet you and you are happy to receive me. But however, I did not get the symbol because the party has made a decision to give it to the incumbent at the time. But here I am, I'm coming back to contest for the same symbol to represent you in Parliament. So I'm sure that what we didn't get the last time, this time around, we're not going to miss it because we have our cards on the table and they are the best cards that we've thrown on the table.
All right. Thank you so much, Super Duro and Castle, Mr.
Thank you very
Kamara.
much.
We wish you all the best. We hope you continue to succeed and to make a difference in the lives of people of Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right.
As we talk about burning issues ranging from politics to the economy, culture to sport, education to entertainment, corruption to the environment, we realize the Sierra Leone story is far from finished. So, SGM Media Production brings you Zoom In. Zooming In is the program that engages everyday people, entrepreneurs, inventors, entertainers, activists, policymakers, and politicians to discuss and debate issues relating to Sierra Leone. Zooming In digs deep into the issues and stories. Zooming In ensures the debate is pushed to another level. Zooming In asks those questions that has never been asked before. So, join me, host Chumaba.